G'day, welcome back to the channel and welcome to this edition of MGUY EV News for Tuesday the 21st of May 2024. Well, this first story isn't exactly surprising. Lamborghini's CEO says fully electric supercars are not something that is selling so far. Gee, really? I wonder why. Lamborghini SPA is holding off for now on making its roaring sports cars fully electric as skepticism around the technology grows. While performance won't be an issue in an EV, some emotional aspects like the sound of the Huracan's V10 engine can't be replicated, said Lamborghini boss Stefan Winkelmann. The Volkswagen AG-owned brand also remains open to use e-fuels if regulation becomes more favourable. That would be a good idea. Fully electric sports supercars is not something that is selling so far, Winkelmann said in an interview. It's too early and we have to see down the road if and when this is going to happen. It's a tense time in the high-end automotive sector, which is deliberating how to deal with regulatory pressure to lower emissions as demand for EVs slows and governments scale back subsidies for the technology. Mercedes-Benz Group AG has stopped development of separate underpinnings for electric luxury sedans to save money and plans to sell cars running on gasoline longer than expected. Lamborghini's rival Ferrari NV is further along in its electrification push and next month plans to open a factory that will make hybrid and electric supercars in Maranello, Italy. Its first fully electric model is due next year. Well, Enzo Ferrari would be spinning at 9,000 RPM in his grave. Good on Lamborghini for not following down that path is all I can say. Here's a classic article from the Washington Post that is so diametrically opposed to the mood in the EV market at the moment. It's just beyond belief. It still thinks there's an EV boom going on. Charging stations are failing to keep up with the EV boom. Once America had 7 EVs for every public charger. Now there are over 20 seeking to plug in at each charging station. For the past few years, electric vehicles have flooded onto America's roads. Tesla Model 3s, Hyundai Ioniq 5s, and even the occasional electric Hummer. In 2023, automakers sold almost 1.2 million all-electric cars to US consumers, accounting for over 7% of total new car sales and a new national record. It's the 3 Fs: fanboys, fleets and freebies. So the fanboys, the market's saturated. Fleets, they're still forced to buy EVs because the government tells them to. And freebies, government subsidies, which are now running out. So we'll see how long this continues. But all those cars need a place to plug in. And while the country is also expanding public charging, data shows that EV sales are far outpacing growth in the US charging network, endangering the transition to electric cars just as it's starting to take off. I mean, where does the Washington Post get its news from? It lives in a bubble. It hasn't even noticed that the sale of EVs has crashed in 2024. I guess, the Washington Post readers, that's all they want to read. Brilliant. If you're going to choose a getaway car, would you choose the most conspicuous, ugly, easily recognizable car on the planet? Apparently this criminal did. Tesla Cybertruck thief leads police on world's goofiest car chase. A Delaware man thought he could get away with a Tesla Cybertruck, but it was far too easy to find. Just look at his face. A Delaware man was arrested over the weekend after he allegedly stole a Tesla Cybertruck and led state troopers on a short but silly car chase. Milford resident Corey Cohey is accused of stealing the stainless steel electric pickup truck from a home in Lincoln, Delaware. What a goober. Just after 8 a.m. on May the 18th, Delaware state troopers responded to a report of a stolen car. The missing auto was a 2024 Cybertruck with New Jersey temporary tags taken from a private residence, according to a statement from the Delaware State Police. Investigators used the Cybertruck's onboard tracking system to locate it on a dirt path not too far away. A driver was inside the car when it was located, but before troopers could approach him, he fled the area. Smart move, Cohey, smart move. Police say that the suspect in the Cybertruck disregarded all police signals to pull over, and he ended up leading troopers on a short chase. Soon after the chase started, Cohey realised he was had and gave up. From there, he was taken into custody without incident and sent to Sussex Correctional Institution on a $4,002, don't forget the $2, secured bond. Well, he fits the profile of Cybertruck drivers. Complete idiot. Here's another story on the EV industry's dirty little secret. The EV industry can't shake its human rights abuse problem. Mining companies face hundreds of allegations of abuse. Car companies are still buying minerals from them. Mining for minerals used to make EVs and batteries is plagued with allegations of abuse. The latest report from the non-profit Business and Human Rights Resource Centre, BHRRC, shows. And automakers continue to source materials from some of the worst offenders, The Verge finds. BHRRC has documented 631 allegations of human rights abuses since 2010 for 7 key minerals used in electric vehicles, rechargeable batteries and renewable energy technologies. Many of the allegations were made against a small group of companies, which The Verge was able to link to 3 of the world's biggest EV manufacturers, Volkswagen Group, Tesla and BYD. Things are not improving, said Caroline Avan, Head of Natural Resources and Just Transition at BHRRC. The need for more renewable energy and clean transportation is evident, but those technologies shouldn't come at the expense of people who live and work in places where companies source their raw materials, she said. The amount of minerals required to make just a single EV battery is just mind-boggling. You need to shift 200 tons of earth to refine down to the minerals required for a single EV battery. 200 tons. And that's all mined by, guess what? Fossil fuels. And will be for the foreseeable future. And finally, another welcome reality check for the stupidity of autonomous vehicles and self-driving cars. Tesla's full self-driving tech isn't just around the corner, and now owners can sue over it. A massive class action lawsuit has been given the go-ahead to take on Tesla and CEO Elon Musk. About time. Elon Musk and Tesla's lies about the readiness of actual full self-driving cars is starting to catch up with them. A judge has just rejected the Austin, Texas-based automaker's bid to dismiss a lawsuit that the company misled owners, tricking them into believing their vehicles would soon have self-driving capabilities. This is not to be confused with the poorly named full self-driving program currently available on Teslas. Those cars are still on just a level 2 autonomy system. The proposed nationwide class action lawsuit all comes back to the 2016 video that falsely advertises what autopilot and FSD can do, according to Reuters. It goes on to say that functional full self-driving is just around the corner, which enticed owners to pay more for the features. Here's a little more from Reuters on just what the lawsuit covers and who can be involved. US District Judge Rita Lynn in San Francisco said owners could pursue negligence and fraud-based claims to the extent they relied on Tesla's representations regarding vehicles' hardware and ability to drive coast to coast across the US. Without ruling on the merits, Lynn said that if Tesla meant to convey that its hardware was sufficient to reach high or full automation, that plainly alleges sufficient falsity. I'm not sure about the grammar there. But yeah, I hope this really does get to court and we get some judicial input on autonomous vehicles and full self-driving, because it's nowhere near ready for public consumption. It's just downright dangerous. That's just about it for this one. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Bye for now.